Goan student Jaden Pereira from Benaulim, stuck in Ukraine, has been safely airlifted to his motherland. He landed in Goa today. After his return, Jaden told Goa 365 about war horrors and his struggles while escaping Ukraine. Jaden is said to be the last Goan student to be evacuated from Ukraine. The Benaulim resident was pursuing veterinary medicine at Sumy in Ukraine. Jaden was among other Indian students who were stuck in Sumy amid heavy bombardment. He, along with fellow students, had to spend rigorous 7 days in a bunker to escape from shelling by Russian forces. When shelling stopped, he, along with other students, had to stand in the chilling cold to gather essentials. When Russia announced a ceasefire, a group of Indian students, who Jaden was part of, requested the Indian embassy to evacuate them as their lives were already in danger. Accordingly, the Indian embassy moved them to Poland by bus for further evacuation back to India.
Hello, we are students of Sumy State University. It's the 10th day of war. Today we got a news that Russia has announced ceasefire to open humanitarian corridor for two cities. One of them is Mariupol, which is 600 kilometers away from Sumy. Since morning we are constantly listening to bombarding, shelling, street fights. We are afraid, we have awaited a lot and we cannot wait anymore. We are risking our life. We are moving towards border. If anything happens to us, all the responsibility will be for government and Indian embassy. If anything happens to us, to anyone, Mission Ganga will be a biggest failure.
This is the last video from the Sumy State University students, and we are just risking our life and we are just going to this border which Russia has opened. So this will be our last request and last video, guys. Just pray for us, and government, please let you guys know that we are just moving from our own risk. This is our last video.
But students, this is perhaps one of the happiest moments in my life, because I see all of you finally safe and sound. What I wanted to share with you is, it's been very difficult for all of you. I know 7 to 8 days in the bunker, but it's been equally difficult for all of us who have been trying to get you out. And the only message I have is, when I would feel really difficult how to get my boys out, my daughter would call me up and say, Papa, think that I am there with them. And this is, believe me, the attitude with which all of us have worked in the embassy. We've all believed our children are there.
Well appreciated, sir.
As a result, and this is something that we should all be proud of. All of us Indians are back home safe. Soon you will be. 20,000. And you will now go to Poland. Arrangements are being made. I have just one request from all of you. This is a very difficult time for the people of Ukraine too. They have helped you. The railways has helped you. The border point will help you. Please be patient and appreciate what they have done. Okay? So be strong, be safe. Soon you will be with your parents. And my message to all the parents, we promised to bring every Indian back. This was the Prime Minister's direct objective. Get every Indian back. This is what we have done. And I'm so happy now that you'll all be with your parents. See you all then.
Jaden, along with other fellow students, left from Poland and landed in India. On Saturday morning, he landed at Goa airport, where he was welcomed by his family, friends and government officials. Jaden and his parents, Onfro and Anita Pereira, spoke to Goa 365 on his homecoming.
Really happy, and I feel relieved because of all the bombings and the shelling that we heard when we were in the hostel and we were in the bunker. At times the bombs fell even nearby, and we saw the bombs through the windows. We were really scared, and we thought we didn't want it to be our last few moments, because we have parents at home who are eager for us to come back. Initially, food was not a problem. There was food and water was available. So we just had to go to the bunker and come back up. So it was not much of trouble. It was just that, and we had to wait till the bombing stopped completely. How we are notified to go to the bunker is when there's a siren which rings when there's an airstrike. So everyone has to just leave everything, take their documents and just rush to the bunker. And we are there for around 8-9 hours. depending on the situation. And later on, after some days, food was a problem because shops were closed, and there was no, with the shops which were open also, there was no food available. There was just basic needs like bread and water bottles or like that. There was no, and fruits. So we had to manage these things. We had to buy these things in bulk and store. Lviv, we tried to cross the Ukrainian border, and we got our passport stamped and all. Everything happened fast. From there, we traveled directly without resting. We traveled to Poland, and it was a long journey. Again, it was I think 6-7 hours. And from there, they gave us to stay in a hotel. The Polish people were really nice. The government helped us a lot. They gave us permission to stay in one of their good hotels. And we stayed there for one night, because it was around 1 o'clock in the night. And the next morning we left for the border. And soon we caught a bus and went to the airport, and then we came back. The NRI of Goa, he arranged a hotel for me called Goa Southern in Delhi, which he kept for us, for all the Goans to rest for one day or any amount of time, how much he wanted to recover, because we were all tired and stressed out. And it really helped us. I was able to come back to India fresh again, come back to Goa.
We are totally relieved that he is back home, back to us here safe, and I would like to thank the Government of India, the Government of Goa, and the NRI Commissioner Mr. Anthony for taking a lot of trouble. It was not easy to bring them, and it was an ordeal for all of them. But thankfully they are back safe. Especially Sumi was a big project, to open the corridors, humanitarian corridors. It was not an easy task, but it was done. I'm very thankful to the government. And it's nice to have him back. Now we have to get him mentally and physically fit back again. He's had a lot of life experiences in this. At the young age of 19, he's seen a war which most of us and many of us will never see in a lifetime.
Yes, she was very, very emotionally upset, which she never showed me, and I knew about that. So I told her not to get worried, and one day definitely he will come back, because he was in touch with us, and we knew what he was doing. A lot of directives was taking care of, advisories and all. Whenever the time comes in, we have to go to the bunker, and we are very proud to be with him back. And time comes, he wants to go back there if things all go well, because he has to pursue his studies, further studies, and complete his education there in Ukraine. If all goes well over there.
Ramesh Naik Rawat for Goa 365 from Margaon.